Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. I am in a great mood today. I am actually currently on break, so it's always a pleasure to be here. Alright. So, there's a report that says the Niners will draft Jimmy G. I meant Mac Jones, definitely. Like, it's a done deal. I don't want him to fail. I do think he's a good player. It's just, I feel like this is like them. It's just giving me a real flashback of the Bears drafting Trubisky. Think about it. The Bears, they were both in a good spot to get the quarterback. Like, even if they wanted them, they could have gotten them there. Bears could have gotten Trubisky at 3. Niners could have gotten Mac Jones at 12. But they had to trade up to get him. And they're going to regret it because he had it too good. He never trailed the second half. And does he have Devontae Smith? Does he have Jalen Waddle? Are they going to be wide open? The windows are going to be smaller. They're not as good as Bama. So you already had a great pick. You could have gotten Jones at 12. Because let's look at it. Who needs a quarterback in the top 12? Jags, they're going to take Lawrence. Jets, they're going to take Zach Wilson. Let's revert it back. Okay, the Dolphins were at 3. They weren't taking a quarterback. They're looking at 2 right now. Falcons, if anything, they would have taken Justin Fields. Bengals, no. They got Joe Burrow. Eagles, they're going to see what Jalen Hurts is. Lions, I think they're going to give Jared Goff a year. Panthers, they got Darnold. They just traded for him. You're not going to trade for a backup quarterback. Broncos got Trey Lance. Broncos are probably going to take Trey Lance. Cowboys, they just signed Dak to a mega extension. Giants are going to give Daniel Jones 1 more year. And then that leads to the 49ers. So you can still take Mac Jones if you wanted. So I don't know what that was. And just like Trubisky, there's way better quarterbacks in the draft that are much more, physically gifted. Look at Mahomes. Mahomes was a lot more physically gifted than Trubisky. Watson was better than Trubisky. That's a fact. And then, here in this year, Trey Lance is better. Trevor Lawrence is more gifted. Justin Fields is more gifted than Mac Jones, at least. Zach Wilson may be thin, but he's probably a better athlete than Mac Jones. If you look at the reports, Mac Jones' arm is a B to B+. And the positive people are saying B+. So, I'll say B+, because I'm trying to be positive here. And I don't want him to fail. I'm not rooting for him to fail. Would it make me look good? Yes, because I've been saying this throughout the entire time. But I don't think he's better than any of the... It's okay if you draft him mid to late first round. You can do that. I don't mind. Because he did make some good throws. He put it where he had to, but I don't mind if you draft him mid to late first round. But if you're taking him at 3, that's just ridiculous. I don't see what they're doing there. And especially with Matt Stafford in the division, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray's surging, and you got, we think of Kyle Shanahan, and here's another similarity, because they traded up to get him. They didn't have to. And there were better quarterbacks in the draft. Here's a third similarity. We all think of Shanahan and John Lynch as smart guys. We thought of Pace and Nagy as smart guys. Nagy had just won Coach of the Year. Or no, he won Coach of the Year the next year, but we thought of them as smart guys. But they traded up for Mitch, and now they're in trouble. Mac Jones has a ceiling. That's the problem. Especially with the Niners, because the reason they're questioning Jimmy G is because he has a ceiling. You know, because he definitely has injuries. Like, he has a ceiling. That's the problem. Then why are you taking this another guy with ceiling? Like, I mean, Trevor Lawrence doesn't have a ceiling. Mahomes didn't have a ceiling. Watson had just won the national title. He didn't have a ceiling. I don't love it. Alright, so a report came out yesterday. Jerry Jones loves Kyle Pitts. He would love to pick him. I'm going to do a mock draft later, by the way. Do I have any changes? I don't know. I might have. I do. I have a couple changes because I'm doing the top 16 now. Not top 10, top 16. So you're going to see some changes. Alright. I mean, if you can get Kyle Pitts, go for him. I mean, I think he's... And think about this. Cowboys may need a defensive player. But they're not good at taking defensive players. Their last 6 defensive players they've taken. Van Der Esch can't stay healthy. Charlton. Byron Jones wasn't good until they moved him to corner, then he pieced out. Claiborne. Like, these guys, they busted a bit, you know? But, you know, I don't think Kyle Pitts will bust. I think everyone has a chance to bust, but I think he has he has the smallest chance to bust. Like Chase Young last year. Joe Burrow could have busted. I didn't think Chase Young had any chance of busting. I think Kyle Pitts, he might bust, obviously, because you have to give them that chance. But I think he has the smallest chance to bust. And look at their last 6 offensive guys have been good. Dez Bryant, he was a great receiver for a while. Travis Frederick, he was great. Tyron Smith, great O-lineman. Dak Prescott, good quarterback. Zeke Elliott, he's been a good contributor to the team. And then CeeDee Lamb, who looks like he's going to be special. So, I mean, they draft good offensive players. So, I mean, stick to what you're good at, and I guess take Kyle Pitts, if you can. Alright, so apparently many teams were calling for Bridgewater. There were plenty of teams calling for Bridgewater. This does not shock me in the slightest, because you know when I'm hard on guys like Mayfield and Haskins, I think I was hard on them on my second episode of the entire series. I'm on episode 57 now, closing in on number 100. That would be awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do for my 100th episode. I'm not going to do anything different, really. I'm just I'll just say something about it. But I was hard on them for being immature. Not because I hate them. Not because I don't think they're talented. Just, it's because, why do you think so many teams have went to an Alex Smith, a Tyrod Taylor, a Teddy Bridgewater, a Ryan Fitzpatrick? Because they're grown-ups. They're locker room guys. You know, they might not be very talented. Like Alex Smith, he contributes. Like, he's just this, what do you call it? A bridge quarterback, I think, is what we call it. But I mean, you know, it's... You know, it just makes sense to get good locker room guys. It don't have to be it shouldn't be your starter. I mean, it worked for the football team this year, but they got ousted the first round. You know, I just, I think that's why you go after a Bridgewater. I think that's why he's perfect for Washington. I know they already have a locker room guy, but I think Bridgewater would be a good starter too. And Darnold has always kind of reminded me of Teddy Bridgewater before he got injured. I mean, the way Bridgewater played was a lot like Sam Darnold before he got injured. Bridgewater won the division a couple of times. He beat out Aaron Rodgers. That's not easy to do. Obviously, some of those years was when I think Nelson was injured and there were injuries in the way, but, it's still not hard. No, it's still not easy to do that. So I just wanted to point one thing out about Deshaun Watson. I've tried to stay away from this a bit. I've talked about it maybe 2 times on the show. It's just, I'm uncomfortable with this. I mean, there's 22 different women now. 22. And it's the number that's staggering. And I mean, Watson had... You don't hear people say, oh, I have 7 nutritionists, 12 barbers. It's unheard of. You don't see a different barber every week. I go to the same barber every week, just one. He had 30 massage therapists. I don't know if I trust my source, but I think that's pretty shocking. I mean, that's unheard of. I don't know who signed him on at all. But I mean, the numbers are kind of really stacked against him. So, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. So apparently, Tom Brady found another way to win after leaving the Pats. And now I gotta ask a question. So there's a lot of questions asked about what the Pats are now. Are they the Bulls without Jordan, or are they the Cavs without LeBron? Here's what the Spurs are. They are the Spurs after Duncan and Kawhi left. That's what they are. They're the Spurs after Duncan and Kawhi left. They're not a bad team, but they're not relevant. So, I mean, I didn't realize this, but that's probably why the Steelers are holding on to Big Ben. And the Seahawks, they should stick with Watson anyway. Wilson, my bad. You become irrelevant when you lose the face of your franchise. The Spurs, Duncan left, they were still good. Kawhi for about a year and a half, he left. They became irrelevant. But they almost made the playoffs last year. I mean, they're not a terrible team. And where are they this year? Ninth seed, again, yeah. It's not like they're a dump. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're average, But we didn't expect them to be good without Kawhi or anything. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is not as good as Kawhi Leonard, and Cam Newton is not as good as Tom Brady. So it makes sense, but it makes sense where they are. I mean, the Cavs really shouldn't be this bad without LeBron, but. Alright, so we're not far off of being done with this podcast. But I do have the mock draft, so it should stick out to about 25 minutes. Alright, so, Alright, I just forgot what I was talking about for a second. Damn, what was I talking about? It literally just went out of my mind. That's insane. Alright. I'm just gonna start some music up right now. Okay, it was